Hello, everyone. I was watching some various things online the other day, and this one popped into my feed, and I just wanted to address something in it. This is nothing about the person who makes it or anything. I don't want anybody thinking that whatsoever. That is not the case, but it is in my interest area that we show OCD in a light that is correct. And what the video tries, I think, to say is that wouldn't it be helpful to assist my partner by straightening everything for them in the way that their OCD would want it to be? And almost as if that might be helpful or a good thing. And for any of you with OCD, you are fully aware already that doing things the way OCD wants them done is not helpful and does not make your life better, even if it feels as if it does right there in the moment. By doing a compulsion, there's some of that potential relief from the stress, anxieties, shame, guilt, disgust, whatever it might be. But then it comes back and you've got to do it again, and you're in this kind of hamster wheel of hell that I describe to a lot of people. And so for those of you who are suffering with OCD, you understand what I'm talking about. But if you've seen this and you don't know what OCD is, you might get the impression that, oh yeah, that seems like it would be a really, really helpful thing. So that's where I really wanted to come across here is this idea that just going and doing something like this because you think it will be helpful to someone with OCD probably is not helpful at all. Well, I'm going to go with I'd lay lots of money on the fact that it wouldn't be helpful at all. In a similar vein, you wouldn't go into someone's house with hoarding and just start throwing everything away, because the reaction of that person is likely going to be they're just going to get more stuff to bring back in the house, and there will be more in it soon than there was prior to you going in and just straightening it out. So maybe we could just roll the clip and see it, and then I'll comment a little bit more afterwards.
Here we go. You smell so sweet, aren't you just an angel? You're such a hit.
So my biggest concern on that is that phrase, he's so OCD about this. And the problem with that phrase is it makes it seem as if anyone who's particular about something has obsessive compulsive disorder. Here's why that's dangerous. If people with OCD are told all of the time, and they are, oh, I have a little bit of that, it makes it seem as if OCD is just something that everybody deals with. And so I don't understand why it's such a problem for you, because everybody else has it. So why can't you deal with it the way that everybody else does? And this notion then that he's so OCD about something just because he likes something particular then would way over diagnose all of us with some kind of pathology. If there's something you're really interested in, could we say that you're really OCD about that? Right? There's a stretch potentially that we could make that statement without truly understanding what OCD is, if we take the definition of OCD being just because you're really into something, you're really particular about something, you really like something, then you must be OCD about it. I hope that that's helpful to people to really understand this idea that it's okay to be particular about something. It's fine to really be into things. It's okay to have collections of stuff. It doesn't mean you're a hoarder. It doesn't mean you have obsessive compulsive disorder. When hoarding occurs, it's interfering in your ability to live in your home and the way your home was designed to live in, right? It's hard to get around. There's trip and fall hazards. There's safety issues potentially. And people would not even potentially feel safe coming over to the home due to all of the stuff that's there. And when obsessive compulsive disorder is involved, well, it's truly debilitating, and it takes potentially an hour more of your day away from you by focusing on the various obsessions, which are thoughts and images and urges that people find to be unwanted or intrusive or inappropriate or go against their nature or their belief system or something of that nature. And they reply to those things by doing compulsions, which are mental or behavioral acts designed to try to neutralize whatever negative experience they're having from that obsession, that which is typically guilt, shame, disgust, anxiety, distress, something along those lines. I'm going to bet somebody who tunes their guitars and then has them set is really satisfied after they're done and can walk away and not be worried about them for the rest of the day, and then come back the next day, pick it up, check it real quick, and then start to play. Somebody with obsessive compulsive disorder would tune their guitars, potentially get down the hall, and then wonder, well, but wait, what if one of them went out? Maybe I should just go back and check. And they might not leave that room for hours, maybe 4 or 5, 10 hours potentially, until it feels just right. So as we're making our memes and thinking about things and putting labels on stuff, maybe we could take OCD out of the picture for these things, because it truly is a serious mental health problem. And people with OCD are seen as, well, it's just the butt of jokes. It's a personality quirk. It's not that big of a deal. And yet there are millions of people in the world with obsessive compulsive disorder who are struggling every single day to sometimes even be able to stand up without saying a prayer to do it just right, or to walk across the street without picking something up in the middle of the street, because what if somebody else would trip over it and fall and then get run over by a car? That would be their fault, and they would feel guilt for the rest of their life. I mean, those are just some examples of the way that OCD can occur. And thinking of it as just, well, we'll just put everything in a certain order and turn it all in one way, kind of brings it down to such a notch that it seems like, yeah, this is not a big deal, when the reality is it's a huge deal. And if you are a person suffering with OCD, or you know someone who is, hey, check us out at NOCD.com. That's NOCD.com, where we have expert therapists available to work with you to help you face your fears, your concerns, your shame, your guilt, your disgust, whatever it might be that OCD brings about, and teach you how to live with OCD in such a way that you're not driven by all of the compulsions that are going on, and you learn how to handle whatever it is that comes into your head. Because my goal for everyone is, I want you to live the life that you want to live, and not the life that OCD wants you to live. Thanks for watching.